Now, some of the things that cause a person to waste seed, I already went over in the previous shiur, but there's one particular thing that unfortunately is very common in today's drugged up generation, with between the Xanax and the other stuff that people take just to stay afloat. They should know that when a person has Torah, the Torah is supposed to bring him joy. And having joy is not a recommendation, it's a must. Why? Because a person should be careful not to be sad or even sigh. Not even have say, ah. Don't even say, ah, man. Don't even do that. Why? Sadness and sighing causes impurity, causes tumah, and an opening for who? The Satan's wife, who's in charge of wasting seed. Every single woman you see in your dream is her. We can't say her name. She's so dangerous. We're not even allowed to say her name. You can see her name. I can show you on paper what her name is. I think I've told you guys the name before. But you're not allowed to say the name. Sometimes I have people in the crowd when I say, it's like, oh, you mean? And they say the name. I'm like, are you retarded? By the way, 9 out of 10 times those people end up wasting seed that same night. I don't even have to even ask them. I know. That's what happens. Because when a person is sad, he's adopting her ways. He gives her power to do as she desires with him. Because he becomes hers, in so many words. She defiles him because he belongs to her. As it says in Genesis chapter 1, verse 11, Esev Mazriya Zera, the grass that brings on seed. Don't read it as Esev, rather Etzev. Etzev meaning sadness. Sadness brings seed. The Seder Hayom, page 37b, says this is even more. If his thirst was not satisfied by this issue of wasting seed gets worse over time. Why? Because once his thirst is not satisfied by wasting seed, he goes on to have homosexual or incestual relations. And little by little, the abomination before God continues to grow. This is the same thing that Rabbi Nachman of Breslov said. When a person damages their brit, the level of yesod, the foundation, is damaged, and the sitra achra takes from this person all of his Torah and all of his mitzvot. You just worked your whole life, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years mitzvot. You had a weak moment. You had a weak moment. You just went to a woman you're not allowed to be with. Or you did it by yourself. All of the mitzvot, all of the Torah, everything you ever did for 60 years, gone. Where does it go? Sitra achra. You just gave everything you've worked for your whole life to the Satan himself. Hashem yirachem. Is it worth it for 5 seconds of pleasure? Forget the punishment. You just lost your entire reward. You're going to go up to Shema and says, no, so what kind of mitzvot you have? He goes, what do you mean? I learned in yeshiva, I went to kollel, I went to this. He goes, sorry, there's nothing here. What do you mean nothing here? I went, I had a yeshiva. No, nothing here. If you want, we can check the Satan's cheshbon. We check his cheshbon, maybe you're there, maybe you're over there on that list. And they show, oh, look at you. Yeah, you did go to that kollel. Yeah, you did finish the shas, and you finished. Wow, nice. Oh, sorry, it doesn't belong to you anymore. It doesn't belong. Remember when you were 52 years old and you didn't want to listen, and you did this, this, and that 5 seconds of pleasure. Remember that? Okay, that's it. That's all happened. That's it. So there's no. It's not that Hashem is looking for a way to punish you. You have no reward. You lost it. It's gone. Bye. Is it worth it? Needless to say, the punishment of what comes to the person. Rabbi Yassi says in the Gemara Masechet Nida, page 13a, a person that wastes seed is considered an idol worshipper. Lo pachot velo yoter. Why? Because when you waste seed, it's the same exact action as the people that worship idols do, or satanic people. They either bring seed from their seed, or they bring blood. Same thing. Blood is actually even less of an essence of the person than a seed is. That's why you'll see all these satanic sick people, they bring seed or blood to their for their idolatry. A person who falsifies the covenant of circumcision, meaning he pgam brit, causes the Shekhinah, which is the unity of the Holy One, blessed be He, to abandon him. And this is replaced by a demon who's ruled over the person. Tikkunei HaZohar, Tikkun 21. The Zohar Kadosh, Parashat Pekudei, page 263b, says it's written that there exists a celestial being called Patot. And he induces people to look at forbidden places. There's a specific Yetzirah that tries to encourage you to look at all the places you're not allowed to look at, as men or as women, where there's no need to look at. Why'd you look at that dress? For what? Well, you're going to buy a dress for yourself? What are you looking at the dress for? Why are you looking at the woman? Well, she's your wife? No, she's not your wife. Why are you looking at his daughter? Well, you going to marry her? No. Why are you looking at all these things? There's an angel. His job is to try to get, no, look here, look here, look here, look here, look here, look here, constantly. After the person dies, Hashem Yirachem Aleinu, what he's about to say here. When the person is already buried, this same angel Patot comes to the grave. And he puts the neshama back into the body. After they dig the grave even deeper, they put the neshama back into the body to raise him up. And the first thing they do is they break the bones surrounding this person's eyes, and they take them out. And afterwards, they judge the person with heavy and severe lashes and judgment. God save us. Kaveh Yashar, chapter 2. Why the eyes? Because the eyes was the beginning of all the sins. If you do well, shall you not be accepted, and if you do not, sin lies below. Sin lies at the entrance. Hashem says to Cain, "Lapetach chatat rovetz." It says this verse is referring to an opening. To an opening. If you leave an opening for the Yetzirah, he'll take over you. Meaning, don't just think that, oh, you overcame this sin, it's finished. No. Don't even leave an opening. Don't even go to that place ever again. But the Zohar Kadosh says, no, it's not just this opening of not going back. There's an opening in your body. There's an opening in your body that if you don't watch it, if you don't guard it, all the sins in the world will come from it. Likutei Maharan Rabbi Nachman Breslev says, for a little pleasure lasting a mere quarter of an hour, a person can lose this world and the next. And Likutei Etzot, he says, depression, anxiety. People always take all these pills, Xanax, Percocets, whatever things are on the counter, off the counter, in the counter, whatever they can get themselves. Legal or illegal is irrelevant anymore, because the legal is poison, the illegal apparently is not. Who knows what's going on in the world today? People take all this stuff. Why? They're all depressed, they're all anxious, they all have no idea what's going on. There's a very, very simple reason. Why? The Likutei Etzot says that depression and anxiety are the main cause of sexual immorality.